welcome back to another edition of that Tampa Bay Business Connection Show. Oh my gosh, I almost said that business show. What's wrong with me? We are here tonight we're actually very, very cool place. This is Ian Beckel's studio,
cool.
which he allows us to shoot in over here in Tampa. We really like it over here. So we are here tonight with Debbie London Baker.
Very well
Now,
said.
I know not to call you Mrs. Baker.
That's right.
So I'll call you Deb, which is very cool.
That's cool.
And you are an attorney.
I am.
And I'm just reading off of I got a card here. You do a lot.
That's what the card says, yeah.
Yes, and,
Yeah.
and the good thing is, it's actually, I love the word, you're a
Concierge.
concierge.
Right.
Which means?
Which means that I go to my clients. If you have need for me to come to your home to do interviews or sign papers, it's part of what I established when I first started practicing.
Okay. And now let's go through everything you do, because
Okay.
it's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It is.
You like people, I guess. 'Cause
Yes.
that's a lot.
Yes.
That's a lot of people.
Yes,
I'm just saying.
I love people.
Okay, so let's talk about what is your mainstay?
Well, it's probably the basic estate planning,
Okay.
wills, verbal powers of attorney, living wills, that kind of thing. But something, I don't know that it's necessary to say, but people look at me and say, oh, she's been an attorney forever. No, I've been an attorney for less than 5 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you had said, what's the story? So the story is that I thought about it often over the years. And gee whiz, over 12 years ago, God sent me on a journey to go to law school.
Nice.
And and I started in 2011 and I graduated in 2015, and it's been astounding. And I'm doing that because I have a real commitment that people get served. And I've learned that people are very resistant to do that because of all sorts of reasons. They can't afford it. They don't have anything. They don't own anything.
Right.
And they're wrong.
This is big misconception that you don't own stuff.
Big misconception.
Like a lot of people go, I don't have a lot to give. I don't have a lot to leave. I don't have, But estate planning is it's something everybody needs to do.
Everybody needs to do it. And I really do appreciate the reasons people give for not doing it. It's just, so most people will have heard of Kobe Bryant and the tragedy of his life, losing a 13-year-old daughter and the 5 other people. We'll assume he had an estate plan, but if he didn't, his wife's in a mess. I have a friend whose 22-year-old sister died about 4 weeks ago, having just had a baby.
Ooh.
If she didn't have anything in place, or a father of the baby wasn't in that baby's life, then that's a really ugly mess. You die without something, and then your family has to do all this stuff that could have been avoided if you had just done the plan.
How hard is it to get an estate planning?
It's really easy. And people hear estate and they think, just like you said,
oh, I
must have a lot of money or something like that. I published an article for you. If you have $500 in a bank, you need a plan. Because what happens is, so it's easy. You gather information, you put together documents, you massage them and make them custom for whatever you need, and you find a couple of witnesses and a notary, and you get it done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, estate planning, when you say, is that the will?
That's the will, the durable power of attorney, the living will, and the healthcare surrogate. And then we do some ancillary documents. We do a pre-need guardian, so it double states who you want to take care of you. Depending upon the age, we do an advance directive if in the event of dementia.
Okay.
Again, it's all to support whomever you've appointed to execute your estate, to support them getting it done without a lot of legal hassle and courtrooms and arguments in families. If you have 2 people, your parents said, don't keep me alive, and they gave you that responsibility but didn't have it in writing, and your brothers all said, no, we're keeping Mom alive, then you're in this argument.
Right.
As opposed to you just saying, see, Mom said this, go away and leave me alone.
So is that a do not resuscitate, or is there another word for?
Well, they includes
don't pull the plug. Just don't pull.
Well, pull the plug is one thing. Don't pull the plug is a totally other one.
Okay.
So my mother was a totally pull the plug. Fortunately, all of her children agreed with that. But if one of us had not, and she didn't have anything in writing,
one could stop the other.
Right. Or
and
certainly hold up
prolong it.
certainly hold up the process.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't pull the plug.
Yeah.
I'm a don't pull the plug.
Don't pull the plug.
I want you to just hang in there.
Okay.
By the hair of my head.
Okay.
Well, beard, not head.
Right,
But
okay.
so you come to your client.
Right.
And then you start the process. And how long does that typically take?
It depends. It can take as little as 3 or 4 weeks. And then my experience has been, you give me information, I create your documents, I get them back to you, and you go, oh, what was I thinking? So I didn't want to leave that money to so-and-so. Okay, well, so now we're editing or rearranging. I have a set of documents that I've been working on for a long time because they keep going back and forth, and the client doesn't get back to me, and then gets back to me, and then changes it, and then it goes back to him, and it goes back to me. And
So I have a question.
okay,
And in this whole process, I've got life insurance.
okay,
But now I'm going to go through estate planning. I'm getting my will done and all that kind of stuff. Do you look at that life insurance policy with me and go, hey, there's a loophole here, or maybe this is not the great way to do this?
no, I would do that more with your financial advisor.
Okay.
Okay. And the other thing, just thinking about life insurance, something I learned, again, I didn't know this 5 years ago, was if you've got a couple and one's the primary breadwinner, for want of a better situation, what doesn't happen ordinarily is you don't get life insurance on the non-primary breadwinner, and which I would have thought of. But the reasoning behind it's important is because if something happens to the spouse, who's the stay-at-home mom or stay-at-home dad or just volunteer or works part-time, nobody's taken allowance for. There's so much that person does that needs to be replaced, whether
Right.
it's nannies or daycare or grocery shopping. And I went, the first time I heard that, I went, wow, I would have not thought of that.
Now that you said that, I would have not gone, oh, you know what? Yeah, because if I'm the main breadwinner and my wife, which we're good, we're
Right.
100. We're never 50-50.
Okay.
I've learned that one too.
Okay.
But if something happens, there's things that she does that I
Right.
have no idea.
Right. So that was an eye-opener, and people are reluctant to do it because we can't afford it, or it's only this much money. I said, but you can't put a value on. Are you an NCIS watcher?
Yes. I
Okay.
am.
So Vance lost
Okay.
his wife
Yes.
all those years ago, right?
Yep.
He had, obviously that was horrible,
Yes.
right? Well, he's hired a nanny. I don't know that he had life insurance on her, but it's that kind of thing. It's an expense that he couldn't have possibly
Right.
anticipated, and the kids were whatever they were in the show, let's say 10 and 7, so he's got this 8 or 10 years of needing somebody in the house.
Yeah.
And so it's that kind of thing.
Okay. See, that makes a lot of, again, there's just things that I don't do this kind of stuff. I would have never in a million years thought about that. So, okay. So, but what I'm looking here,
Okay.
so the healthcare surrogate is kind of that's the don't pull the plug, or is that
That's the living will.
The living
healthcare
will.
surrogate is the document that you give. So you give somebody the right to access your medical records and make decisions for you if you are not able to make medical decisions.
got it?
Okay, so you're in a bad car accident,
Mm-hmm.
and they have you in a medically induced coma, and you can't make medical decisions. So you've given somebody the right to make those decisions.
Okay.
Okay, and it's a really important person to choose because they have to be willing to execute your wishes.
Right.
And if they're not, going back to the living will, if they're not willing to pull a plug or not pull a plug,
Right.
you don't want to choose them.
Right. Yeah. No.
So right now I've got somebody who's naming her son as her power of attorney and her personal representative, but her daughter will have her healthcare surrogate and living will because her daughter's a nurse and her son can't stand the sight of blood. So the son is not likely to go to the hospital and
Right.
make medical decisions.
Right.
Okay, so we choose,
Now, is it good to have backups of those?
always backups.
So if something happens, if my oldest son is my power of attorney,
Right.
just in case something happens to him, I need to have a backup of.
You need a backup because what I've learned is, I haven't experienced it, but I can imagine it, is you've appointed your son, and when time comes for him to execute, he's just not emotionally able.
Right.
So the backup keeps the court out of it or the family from arguing.
Okay.
You know, and I have a client who refused to name backups, so we just left it as it was. If they don't die together, one of them dies first. She'll have to have a backup because right now they are each other's primaries.
Right.
But we just left it for them. But yeah, backups are essential.
Okay, and there's something that's not on your card yet in probate.
Probate, right.
That's a scary word. Every time I've ever heard the word probate, it's never ended well.
Well, it's harder in Florida. I've learned that, you know, again, in 5 years, Florida is not a probate-friendly state. So again, if you want to avoid it, and you know, you could not care. Either you have a lot of money and let your family argue, or you won't be here. So heck with it. But
good luck.
Exactly, your personal problem, as my mother would say. It's a process that can be avoided if you've done proper estate planning.
Right.
But if you get into it, you want to work with somebody who genuinely cares and will get it done for you. Florida is difficult because the 67 counties do not do the same thing.
Jeez.
And you need somebody who's going to be willing to interface with the clerk's office and that kind of stuff. And my experience is everybody that I've spoken to with the clerk's office have been hugely willing to educate. And I find it interesting because I've heard people say, no. And what I really learned is, and I don't do it intentionally, but I found if I'm nice and I throw myself on the sword and say, listen, I have no idea what I'm doing, and I need help, that people are... I had a woman at the Hillsborough County walk me through something I had no idea what she was asking me for. She said, okay, we're just going to keep doing this. Send me the document. If I reject it, I'm going to tell you exactly what to do. Okay. So, cool, took 3 back and forths and it all got done.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was really...
That is great. Okay, so where can people get a hold of you? Where can they find you?
Okay, well, they can find me at the number that was on the screen, 813-586-1332. The email is Deb Baker, DEBBAKER, at London Baker Law. And there's a website, londonbakerlaw.com, which is not up to date, but I'm working on it.
You got one, right?
I got one.
Are you on social media?
I am.
I am proud of you.
Thank you.
That is awesome. Facebook is probably London Baker Law?
London Baker Law.
Okay.
Yep. And I've got my own personal page, Debbie Baker, Debbie London Baker.
So the last 20 seconds.
Sure.
What do you think about RGA?
I think RGA is just great. I think Mark O'Donnell has put together an amazing organization.
Yep.
They are unique in the world of networking organizations, and he's just so much fun.
He is a lot of fun, isn't he?
He is fun. Yeah.
All right,
cool.
so everybody stick around. We'll come back after this commercial break. Welcome back to Tampa Bay Business Connection Show. Whew, that's a mouthful. TBBC is what we're calling it now. I'm back here with Chantal. And Chantal, you're with Cleanology.
I am with Cleanology.
So you clean stuff.
We do, yeah. We actually clean a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
All right, let's talk about who you are.
Okay.
So who is Cleanology?
Cleanology, gosh, where do I begin? We've been in business going now into our 7th year. So,
yay!
Yeah, we've been over that hump. I think it's, 4 years?
4
After
years.
4 years.
Yep.
So we're going into our 7th year now, and we cover Pinellas County, very small parts of Hillsborough, and we're just starting to go into a little bit of Pasco as well. We do commercial, residential cleaning. We specialize in a lot of post-construction cleaning, And now I'm expanding my services just a little bit more, where I've made some really great strategic relationships, and we're doing carpet cleaning as well, automobile detailing. And I'm
Wow.
also working on trying to get some relationships with landscaping companies as well.
Okay.
Because I'm already in their homes, so it's one of the services I want to also be able to provide.
Nice. Okay, I'm gonna jump back to post construction. So
Yes.
you are. So if I'm a contractor, I can have you guys come in and do the punch list.
The punch list cleaning, yes, that
Right.
is correct. And we get the property ready for the final walkthrough to hand it into the owners.
Now that's not the touch-up painting and all that stuff, but that's the
No.
actual clean.
Right, the
Because it
actual
is a
cleaning.
mess when those
Oh
guys
yeah,
are
very,
done.
very
It is
dusty.
just
There's caked
everything.
on dust.
Yeah.
Yes.
In the
yes.
corners and in the
Yes.
window seals and
Yes.
and you guys can handle all that
Yeah,
stuff.
we can handle all of that.
That is amazing.
I love it. That's actually the nitty-gritty part of my business. I love that part of it.
You're an alpha. You're an alpha, and the little details get
Right.
you, don't they? Okay.
That is correct.
Okay. So, what got you into this?
In a nutshell, actually used to work in the medical industry. I used to be a phlebotomist and a medical assistant, so I understand the importance of cleanliness. And I started the business because, if I backtrack a little bit,
Go ahead.
I actually was working for a doctor at the time, and then I was kind of doing some side cleaning for a commercial cleaning company.
Okay.
And we started off with just doing one school a night, and then he started giving us more, and then we had like 3 schools a night. And I asked him one time, I said, why do you keep giving me all these extra jobs? And he said, because you're my best cleaning team. So a light bulb went off, and I said, well, how hard can it be? So that's kind of where we put everything down on black and white to take a look at it, see as far as advertising and the numbers and all of that. And we started with Cleanology.
Wow. Okay. And you've been doing it now for 7 years.
Yeah, we're going on 7 years
the
now.
nitty gritty.
Yeah.
Now,
It's a lot of fun.
Do you want your clients to have you there weekly, bi-weekly, once a month?
I do have clients that are like that, yes. I do have weekly clients, and I have biweekly and monthly clients. I also have certain clients that they kind of know when their home is really due for it, and that's every 3rd week.
Okay.
So that one's...
You know, someone else said that. Actually, I think that's the way my wife does it. We have a girl that comes in every 3 weeks, and she does a deep clean.
Yeah.
And it's good, and we just do the little touch-up stuff
Right.
during the rest of the time, and that really works. So I have I'm gonna throw. This is something we did not practice this. So I'm telling you right now. So if I have a home and you're coming in, say you're coming in every 3 weeks, but I also have an RV. Mm-hmm. Can you clean the inside of the RV?
Actually, yes, I can. I have a great relationship with an automobile detailer, and he does RVs and he does boats.
See.
Yeah.
See. Okay. So what are some of the hardest jobs you've done?
The hardest jobs. Wow. I got to tell you, when we very first started the business, there was one client that I think she refused or did not believe in throwing out the trash, and it was like the bathroom trash. Ooh. And when we started the business, I always did bathrooms and kitchens. And it was kind of hard. It was, it was kind of hard to kind of just bite my tongue and not say anything, because I'm like, really, how can people not believe in throwing out bathroom trash?
No,
So
that would
I've
be...
had a couple of hoarder things too, but I don't, when I walk in and I see that it's a hoarder situation, I see who's in charge
Right.
of the house itself, and I tell them, listen, there's proper steps in the proper order, and I can't do this part yet. Like the trash part of it has got to go first.
Okay.
It's been where, oh my God, it was so bad. It was, we walked in, and it was an aunt, and I guess her husband had died, and I think the water was off. She was getting water from her pool to use it for her toilet. Yeah, there was spider webs and the cobwebs in all the corners.
Oh, no,
it was bad.
no.
It was bad. And I told her, I said, listen, we've got to get all the stuff out first, so I can be able to get in here and do the cleaning. And I had to actually pass it on to somebody else.
Yeah. I was going to ask you have you ever done a hoarder clean out? Scary.
Yeah, you got to go through the proper steps.
No, okay, so let's talk about commercial. So when you go into is there certain things that you do clean in a commercial, or can you do everything like dusty electronics and the
Well, the
windows and
commercial that I
glass?
do is also a little niche specific.
Okay.
I work with the GCs, which is the general contractors,
Okay.
and I work with realtors. So on the day of closing, if somebody's not happy with the way the home has been cleaned, we get in there and we get in there really quick and get it done.
Okay.
So that way the buyer's happy when they move in.
Right.
And as far as with the general contractors, like I had said a little bit earlier, doing the post-construction. And then right now what we're doing is a lot of small offices.
Right.
But yes, we get in there and do one of my clients actually is an eye doctor. So we get in there, take out the trash, we wipe down all the electronics, get all the dust and all the surfaces. We get in there, actually we do him every 2 weeks.
So you're not afraid to touch the electronics, because I have talked to a client, I have talked to a cleaning company, and they're like, well, we'll do everything, but we won't clean the electronics. And I'm like, what do you mean by that?
Yeah, you got to wipe down the phone and
well,
the mouthpiece.
phone and the keyboard's got to be cleaned up a little bit,
down.
and and the monitors. It's a big deal. Now, see, my studio looks like a KB toy store because I have Funko Pops and I have stuff everywhere. And they looked around and went, "We'll be here for 4 hours, maybe 5." I'm like, okay. Because I want all the stuff dusted and it's, so it's hard to find someone that will come in and do that minute little stuff, that tedious stuff.
Right.
But it's the thing that's something.
All you got to do is give it a good clean the first time around. From then on, it's maintenance. You just got to keep an eye on it, make sure the dust isn't accumulating. Do a quick wipe down.
Okay.
But that first time, you got to do the good dusting. You got to wipe down the actual tchotchke itself, wipe down the surface that it's on, and then from there, it's just maintenance.
It's just ongoing stuff.
Right.
That is I love the RV thing. I'm glad. I'm gonna throw a loop at her. I do that every now and then, but it's like you are right there on it. So you say you travel as far as Newport Richey?
Yes, we have a few accounts in South Tampa, Tierra Verde, which is right over, and then all the way as far north as Newport Richey, Trinity area. And we cover all of that in between.
Oh, wow. Now, how many teams do you have?
I have three.
Three teams.
Of 2, yes.
Okay. So and they're busy?
Yes.
You're busy all the time?
Yes.
That's awesome. You want more clients, all right?
Yes, of course.
That's right.
We always want more clients.
There you go. So, now, did I hear you say that you detail cars?
I have someone that does the detailing of the vehicles, yes.
So if I want a weekly or a monthly detail, now
that is something that I could be able to set up.
Do they do it at the house or do they do it at the business?
They come to your home, or wherever it is that you want it done, but they are mobile.
Okay. Okay. So I'm going to ask you. So this is no one ever likes to talk about this. Are you expensive?
I am on the higher price point. I'm not going to lie, but I'm very confident in my pricing because I have trained my staff to do excellent work.
Costing money is, I just don't understand why when someone would want to get the cheapest guy out there, because you're going to get what you pay for, the cheapest job. And they're going to go, oh, well, that didn't get dusted and this didn't, and that window didn't get washed, and the bathroom sink, I could. Well, you're going to get what you pay for.
Right.
Right? So an average, a 2,000 square foot house, about how long does it take your team to go in there and knock that out?
Actually, if it's a weekly or bi-weekly, they get it done in about 2 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, an hour and a half, 2 hours. The first time we get in there, it takes a little bit longer. We'll probably be there about 3 hours.
That first
3.5
initial
hours.
cleaning.
Yes, because we get in there and we get the deep part of it cleaned.
Okay. Now, where can people find you?
They can find us at all things at Clean Up or Shut Up.
That is such a great name. Oh my! I saw that. I'm like going, is that what I think it says? We're putting all the assets together.
Clean Up or Shut Up.
So I see that you guys you'll come out and do a free quote.
Yes. Actually, and we've also gotten really good with that as well. I am very confident in being able to do virtual walkthroughs as well. As long as I can be able to be on a video chat with them and I tell them in which direction to point,
Right.
ceiling fan, you know, the AC vents, the baseboards.
Wait a
I
minute.
can
Whoa,
be
whoa,
able-
whoa, whoa. You clean the baseboards?
Yeah. Why is that such a strange concept, cleaning the
You know,
baseboards?
the girl we got now is good, but we went through 3 cleaning people, and I'm like, I want the
Is it
baseboards.
just to see if they clean the baseboards?
Sometimes I don't know, but I put things per. I'm
You're one of those.
I'm one of those.
You put the
I'll-
paper clip or the
Yep.
penny under the keyboard
Somewhere
just
there's
to see
gonna be
if they
something-
lift it up.
Yep.
Yep.
Because
It's
because
funny 'cause-
I
yeah.
want stuff clean.
Right.
You know, and now are you heavy chemical or are you
I am based off of the client's needs.
Okay.
When it comes to post-construction, we use what we need to use
Right.
to be able to get the job done. But I'm based off of the client's needs. We also have organic products, and they're probably going to kill me for saying this, but I have one client that she loves the smell of bleach. So what we do is after we get everything cleaned up, then we spray some bleach in the sink and in the toilet and run out the house.
Yeah, I am that client because if I don't smell that bleach,
Yes.
it's not clean. It might be microbial down to it may be clean, but unless I smell it,
Right.
And that's exactly what our girl, she goes, we pop so that you can smell that bleach, and I'm like, that's good.
I have another client that loves the smell of Fabuloso.
Oh, that's you can just miss that as air freshener as far as I'm concerned. I don't know why it smells so good. And I don't want to know why it smells so good.
Right.
So in the last about 25 seconds we got here, so what do you think about
Already?
RGA? I know, it goes fast,
Oh my
doesn't it?
God. That was you're good at this.
Oh, stop.
What do I think about RGA? I think it is one of the best business networking groups out there. I have received a lot of referrals from RGA and Mark O'Donnell. I love him. You can't not love him.
I know,
He's
can you
just
not?
awesome.
Yeah, he is. He's a good
Yes,
guy.
yes.
All right, well, stick around. We got another RGA. I mean, this RGA is powerful. I got to say, they're just powerful. We got another one coming up for you, so you stay tuned after these messages. All right, welcome back to the third segment of Tampa Bay Business Connection, TBBC. I've got to shorten that somehow. Oh my gosh, it's so crazy. I'm here with Cameron Byrd from Massage Alchemist. Now, I'm just going to say, I hear that and I'm like, ooh, rocks and crystals and all that kind of stuff. But that's not what it is.
That's not what it is, no.
So tell me what Massage Alchemist is.
So alchemy actually means the power to change and transform. And our goal is results-based massage. So somebody comes in and they say, this thing hurts. 3 to 5 sessions, we want it to not hurt anymore. A
Wow.
lot of times it gets better in the first or second session.
Right.
So that's our objective. Do we have clients that come and see us once a month or every couple weeks? Absolutely. Those people see us as part of their healthcare team.
Okay.
They're welcome to come back. Somebody with an injury, sports injury or otherwise, whatever it may be, car accident, something like that, recent hospitalization. We want those people to be on the path to getting healthy and getting back to what they do and what they love.
Quickly.
Absolutely.
Because I mean, I've been to. I'm a bad back sufferer. I've had surgeries and stuff like that, and every time I go to see a massage person or a chiropractor, it's like, oh yeah, 25 sessions
Oh yeah.
minimum. I'm like, really? You what?
If it's not working after 5 sessions, I'm referring out.
Wow. Okay, so you're
Absolutely.
willing to go? Yeah, we're not fixing you.
You're right.
We're not just.
We
gonna
want people
take
to
your
get better.
money.
That's the bottom line.
Wow. Okay, so what all do you offer?
We offer a 90-minute massage and a 60-minute massage.
Okay.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah. We offer gift certificates.
Not hot stone.
That's it.
Not
No hot
deep.
stone.
There's no special name for it.
No
It's just
essential oils, none of that.
good
It's not-
old-fashioned massage.
It's not a spa. You come to the office, it's a nice, professional, relaxing environment. All of our therapists dress just like I do. You're not going to see people in scrubs, anything like that. We want you to be comfortable. We want you to know that we're here for your best benefit, and we want you to get better. That's the bottom line. Myself, I'm not really a big fan of going to a spa. I don't know if I'm going to get a good therapist. I don't know if they're only good at relaxation massage.
Right.
I don't know if I'm going to get better. This is a place where people can come and say, okay, my objective is to get better. And our job is to make sure that you're on that path. And if you're not on that path, you're going to get referred to a chiropractor or a doctor, an osteopath. Maybe you need to go talk to a surgeon.
Right. So I know we met a while back at an RGA event at I think it was Stumpy's, and at that point in time I was in a boot.
Right.
And I was in a boot, and this is my fourth time in a boot. So that's a difficult area for me. It's
Right.
never. I don't think I've ever healed from it.
Sure.
But that's something that you guys
We
specialize in that.
We specialize in that. Any type of difficult condition or injury, so multiple surgeries, multiple casts on the foot, or your foot's in the boot. We deal with everything from scoliosis to migraines, cluster headaches, to traumatic brain injury, car accidents, multiple car accidents. Like I said, multiple surgeries, different parts of the body. Performance athletes, triathletes. I have a lot
really?
of clients who are triathletes, and they beat themselves up. They brutalize themselves 4, 5, 6 days a week. And they come see me once a week, once every couple of weeks as part of their training regimen, so they continue to perform at that level. So those are the types of things that we like to see. We also do relaxation massage if you want to come in
there
and
you
relax.
go. Just to get.
Absolutely. Some people just need that. If you need to go to the zone, we'll take you to the zone.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know there's these certain people out there that they don't do well with touch, but it's still good. So I'm a dude. I'm not a big fan of dudes
Right.
massaging me.
Absolutely.
But
Very
and
common.
so you have a good sized team.
Yes, we have male therapists, female therapists. If you have a preference, we absolutely cater to that. Once you come in, you can try a couple different therapists, see who's good for you, and then you can request that therapist over and over again. My lead therapist, Jamie, she's fantastic. She may be the best neuromuscular therapist in Tampa Bay. She just got booked out for a year by one of our clients because it's so hard to get on her schedule. That's common for us.
Right.
All of our therapists are all-stars. They are top-notch. I handpick them. I make sure that they know exactly how to get results. I mean, that's at the end of the day, that's the only reason to come in and see us.
Okay.
You're looking for something.
Right.
And if we can't deliver, then we'll make sure that we at least try to set you on the right path so you can go somewhere and get it.
Okay, so do you guys? And I'm just this just hit me in the head. Do you help people with fibromyalgia?
Yes,
Okay, because those people don't even know why they have it,
exactly.
but they
It's
have
hard to
it.
diagnose. They don't know why they have it. Some things makes it better, some things make it worse. There's a lot of factors there. Honestly, for people with fibromyalgia, maybe massage isn't always the answer. Come and try it. If it doesn't work for you, or if it inflames you too much, or you can only take a pressure so light that it's not beneficial, that's totally fine.
Okay.
And how we combat that is for fibromyalgia or anything else. We have a absolutely no risk way for you to try our services. Some people have had bad experience with massage. Like you said, they didn't like it. It wasn't right for them. They have a condition and they wanted to try massage, but maybe it doesn't work.
Right.
Our guarantee is this. You come in and see us. Our first time client special is only $50. If it's not the most effective massage you've ever had, I will give you your money back, and I will also give
Wow.
you $50 for your time.
What?
Absolutely.
That's unheard of. I mean, literally, it's
No,
unheard
we
of.
stand by it. I
Wow.
absolutely stand by it, not just for my own work, but for all of my therapists. I haven't had to give out a $50 bill yet.
Attaboy. So, so someone like myself, I'm 53. In my younger, I was a heavy athlete. I've taken a lot of hits to the head,
Mm-hmm.
a lot. So, and I hurt from head to toe.
Sure.
So I can come in and we can just work zones,
Absolutely.
or because there's really, you don't want to try to do the whole head to toe in one sitting, right?
No,
It's-
I really don't like to do that in an hour unless it's strictly, hey, I need to relax, right? That's fine. If you just need to relax, we can hit everything in an hour. But I'm not going to do anything really, really well, right?
Right.
So if you come in and you say, hey, I've taken a lot of hard knocks to the head, maybe a previous whiplash injury from a car accident, football injury, concussion, whatever the case, we're probably just going to do head, neck, and shoulders in that session.
Okay.
So we're going to release every muscle that we can cover in that session, starting with the primary suspects, right? So there's
Right.
the usual suspects, right? And we're going to work in that area specifically to treat a specific condition. When you work that way and you work intentionally like that, you not only do you get results, but you get them faster than you would,
Okay.
and it's going to cost you a lot less money.
Right.
That's the intent. If I say, okay, this hurts, okay, then this needs to be a lot better by the time you walk out the door.
Right.
Right.
Okay. So now you said migraines, because migraines are. I mean, I've never really had a migraine. I get headaches,
Right.
but I have friends and family that when they get migraines, the lights go off, the sound goes off,
Yes.
the AC goes to like 50 because they need that coolness, and so you can actually help with the migraine side.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I
Our
didn't know that was possible with massage.
It is. And the way that we do that is there's a lot of things associated with migraines. There's a lot of different things that cause migraines. It could be an environmental stimulus, it could be an emotional stimulus, it could be a physical stimulus. So we're looking at all those things to see, okay, how can we reduce the intensity and the frequency, right? So if you're getting a migraine 3 days a week, my first goal is to get you to 2 days a week, then 1 day a week, then once every couple weeks, right? And then work that way. We do that same thing with physical injuries. You come in and you say, hey, my left knee hurts and it's hurt every day for 3 years. Great. I'm going to get you to 2 days without pain, then 3, then a week, then 2 weeks, then a month, then 3 months, then 6 months. And then you can come see me as needed.
That is awesome. That's that's the type of I call it therapy. That's the kind of therapy that we all need, instead of
Right.
just being thrown into a barrage of, well, we're going to hit this, and we're going to hit this, we're going to hit this, we're going to hit this, and then you actually find the problem,
Right.
and go, okay, and then you work on the problem.
Exactly. You got to logically think your way through it. Another nice thing is a lot of people are able to reduce their medications. They're able to, avoid surgery. That's what they're really looking for a lot of times. And hey, if we can get there, fantastic. But I'm not a doctor. Follow your doctor's advice, right?
Right.
I'm not a mental health counselor. If you have an emotional problem you need to talk to somebody about, great. We can refer you to somebody for that as well.
Right.
So those are some of the things that we really try to focus on to make sure that people have the tools and the resources that they need, and it's not always just a muscular issue.
Right.
If you need a chiropractor, I'm going to send you to a good chiropractor. I know several, so not a problem.
So how long have you been doing this?
I've been doing this for about a year and a half.
Okay.
And in the grand scheme of things, not very long. I actually did a graduate level program at the same time I was going to massage school.
Got it.
And was just really, really fortunate to be able to work with some of the best people around right here in the area. And
So what's your why? Why did you do? Why did you all of a sudden start getting going? I'm going to do massages.
Yeah.
Because there's got to be a reason.
this is my third career, actually.
Nice.
I was a farm boy in Indiana. I did that for 9 years. Was in the military for a few years. I did security management for about 10, and then I got into this. I've been working and doing massage for my mom and my aunt since I was a kid, since I was like 11 or 12.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And they both have scoliosis, another thing we treat.
Right.
I've been working on them since I was 12 years old. So being able to learn how to do it properly, come back and help them, was huge for me.
That's a big why.
It's huge.
That is a big
Yeah.
why. So where are you located?
We're 30 seconds north of the Largo Mall, Seminole Blvd. So
Okay.
1301 Seminole Boulevard in Largo, Suite 141.
Okay. And how can people find you?
www.massagealchemist.com. Facebook, we're on Facebook. There's actually a walkthrough on Facebook. You can see exactly what the inside of the office looks like with the lights on, with the lights dimmed, We have Alexa in every room. You can listen to whatever music you want. We've listened to everything from Led Zeppelin to T.I. It does not matter. Whatever you want. Whatever lets you relax.
Okay, and can you talk pricing?
Yeah, $65 an hour, $85 for 90 minutes. Intro price is $50 and $70. So I always recommend, hey, get the 90-minute your first time. It's only $70. Again, if it's not the most effective massage you've had, you'll get your money back and $50 for your time.
Okay, you just can't beat that.
You can't beat it.
I mean, okay, so it's first time. That's just simple math.
Simple math, right?
Simple math. Oh my God. All right, so I'm going to ask you the same thing I'm asking everybody else.
Yeah.
What do you think about RGA?
I love RGA. Really, the only reason to join a networking group or an organization like RGA is to improve your bottom line. I can tell you mine's increased by thousands of dollars because of RGA. So if you're even thinking about it, just stop thinking about it. Call Mark O'Donnell. Make it happen.
There you go. See, I like Mark. Now
Love
you
him.
have
Great
another
guy.
business too, and I'm not sure, but I can't wait to get you back on because
Yes.
that used to be a massive passion for me, and maybe with the massage thing we can get it where it's coming back. So stick around. I'm going to go to a short, quick message, and then we'll be right back with some more great RGA people. And welcome back to another episode of Tampa Bay Business Connections. And I'm not going to go into all the spiel because y'all know who we are, y'all know what we do, and we are here to talk to Miss Melissa Melrose.
Melissa Mabe from Melrose Enterprises. Yeah, you
I knew
got
I
it.
would mess up.
I knew
mess
you were.
everybody's
You're
up.
good. You're good. I answer to just about anything.
So, we ask people for like information about what they do, and hold on, I'm like, I got a book. And these are just talking points, but so let's get right into it.
Okay, so yeah.
Event coordinator.
Event coordinator, and with that we do event project management, which means we can take the whole project on for you. That includes promotion and sponsorship sales. So if you need to do any fundraising or if you need to get out in front of the television stations, we can help you do that.
So if I wanted to have a WeBeam TV event where all my shows are there and I want everybody to come in and
Sure.
I mean, that's what you do.
That is one of the things I do, yeah.
That is, you take the
Amazing.
stress off.
I do. That is something that I found was needed. And I work with mostly small businesses, nonprofits, because they don't have those resources. They don't have that person that's on staff that can do that for them. I become their right arm for those types of events. And I'm not there to put my message out. I'm there to put their message out, your message out.
Okay, so you get the message, the marketing, and you help in the back end as well. So if I need someone to like, look, I need some sponsors, I need you to go sell, and
Right. We can talk about that. First thing first. Let's figure out what your budget is.
Right.
What do you actually need? And then we work from there.
Okay.
So we can build towards something and we can say, okay, well, we want to have a marching band and we want to have all of these things, but here's what we can afford right now, and then we'll add as we get more money.
Okay.
So that's where we start from. And the first year event is always going to be a little bit smaller than the next year. So
I've been to these first time events where I know for a fact that person put it on and they struggled. Oh, they struggled.
Oh yeah.
And they're just overwhelmed. By the time the day of the event, they're literally either on life support somewhere or
Well, that's why you bring me in. I have a team of about 10 people, and when we're doing festivals, that's what really is the magic part, is that you don't have to check in your vendors, check in your exhibitors, get everybody. My people do that. We do what we call a ballet.
Okay.
And so we orchestrate it so that people have a time to check in. They know where they're supposed to be going. Our people know where they're supposed to be going.
Right.
We get them in place, and it works pretty smoothly. Even if somebody comes in late, we can accommodate for that. But you don't have to worry about that.
So can you help find the venues as well?
Oh, absolutely. There are millions of venues. I mean, I'm being overly
But we understand.
cautious on that. But yeah, there are so many venues in the Tampa Bay area. Heck, if you just wanted to have something on a rooftop, we can do on a rooftop. We can do, of course, fields. And
Right.
it just really depends on what you need and how much money you have for resources. Because if you have a ballroom in a hotel, you're certainly going to have a lot more available to you than if you start fresh in a picnic shelter.
Right.
You have to bring everything in. Then the costs go up.
Okay. So, I'm seeing, I've never heard committee coordination.
Okay, so if you're a nonprofit, most nonprofits work with a board.
Okay.
And then from that board, they create these event committees. So they're doing an event, a fundraiser. So they have a committee, and it's usually like herding cats.
I love that saying, herding cats. Oh my.
It literally is, you have to get a net and get everybody together on the same page. Well, that's what I'm good at. I bring people together, I get them all on the same page, and we have an agenda, and we work slowly towards the goal. And I try to get at least 6 months before a large event. We try to get that 6 months going, so that we have time to teach them what they need to know.
Okay, and that's really the hard. I mean, I work with 4 nonprofits, and
Oh, yeah,
just
it's
getting
hard.
it all.
It's very
You're right.
hard.
I love that term, herding cats.
Yeah.
Because it is herding cats.
Well, and the great thing about nonprofits, and the reason I want to work with them, is because they do such great things, but they don't always know how to get there, because they're coming in, they all have jobs.
Right.
They're working somewhere else. They're doing this out of love. So I try to give them the structure so that they can have a success.
Okay. So, milestone timeline tracking.
Milestones. Okay, so that's my mom always used to say, how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time? How do you take on a big project? Milestones. Okay, well, we have to have this done by this date.
Okay.
And we have to have this done by this date. And so that's something that we do. We have project management software that we keep that, and we keep on it so that we say, hey, look, we're a week behind on this. Now it's time to catch up. Where we go next? How are we going to get this accomplished?
And of course, with milestones comes budgeting. So you keep them in that world of, hey, we know you want AC/DC, but you probably only get Uncle Bob's band.
Right, right. And the first thing I like to do coming into the first meeting is, let's get realistic.
Right.
Do you have a budget for advertising if it's a public event? No? Okay, let's get really creative on what we can do for minimal amounts of money.
Okay.
And that will give you a realistic view also of how many people you can expect to get there.
Right.
If you can't spend the money to advertise, well, here's what you can expect for a first-year event. Now, I will say we did one first-year event last year. We got 10,000 people. But we also had free television. I got all the networks to give me free airtime. That helped.
Right.
Certainly, and we had a success. And this year we're doubling.
Wow.
We're
That's
doubling
awesome.
what we're able to do.
Okay.
So, and also our sponsorship, because once you have that success, the sponsors see that and they feel comfortable giving you their money.
Oh, that is awesome. So, so when you put these events on, you already have. So if I come to you and go, oh, look, I've got an event, but I have no drink. You know where to go.
Oh, absolutely.
So you deal with all the vendors or rental.
If you
and all
need
the
a person
services.
dancing lit up like that looks like cotton candy, I can get you that. Do you need?
I just like to have that at home. That would be cool.
Do you need penguins to go down the aisle? I can get you that.
That is
What
so
do you
cool.
need? We can find it, and we can find a reputable vendor to supply it.
Right. Okay. So we've sat down. We've gone through the whole budget, the timeline, whole 9 yards. So, but okay, I could use some sponsors.
Right.
So you can help there as well.
Right. Well, when we're working with a nonprofit, for instance, because most of the times these festivals are fundraisers.
Right. Right.
So you're working with a nonprofit, you have a board. Now, the job of a board is supposed to be to help you fundraise.
No, they ruin everything.
And I mean,
being mean.
they
Sorry.
don't always know their role.
Right.
Right? So in nonprofits, you should have work, wealth, and wisdom. So it should be equally divided among those. And the wealth has to know other wealth so that they can invite their friend in who owns the car dealer down the street
Right.
or what have you. So you get some of those in place, but also we do have some corporate sponsors that follow us and want to come to our events. And we say to them, hey, here's an opportunity, and then they can tell us if it fits with their marketing plan or not.
Right. Oh, that's okay. So now that almost runs you into public relations. And that's
Absolutely. Absolutely. PR is a big thing. A lot of this is what they call optics.
Okay.
So you have to look at what are you trying to get across, what's your message. And PR is the free side of marketing.
Yeah.
So you're not necessarily paying for PR,
Right.
but it's also the most crucial because it's a conversation. So social media is a huge PR tool, as well as, like I said, the free television that I get,
Right.
or even the online component, because there's hundreds of online websites that just promote events, but you have to know them and you have to know who follows them.
Right.
And then again, it's PR and marketing because you're identifying your audience and speaking to them.
So websites, the
Right.
social media stuff like that. That would be your marketing support.
Right, exactly.
And knowing where to put them, how to put them,
Right.
and when to put them
Exactly.
is a big deal.
Right, and if you actually have a marketing budget, then you go to radio and digital, and then you do things like geocaching, and like geofencing and all sorts of fun little things that you can
Right.
do and start identifying people that you want to get to. But that's if you have a budget.
Right.
If you don't, we do the other.
So we get all this in place, right? You've got
Mm-hmm.
you're keeping them on track. You're getting everything booked in there. You're getting something. Now, so the day of the event, are you hands off at that point?
Oh, no.
Or are you hands on?
No, I am so hands-on.
Okay.
Like I said, I have my team of 10 people. We are getting everybody in place. And then throughout the day, we're checking in on things, making sure that all the volunteers have what they need. We're making sure that electricity, because things inevitably in an event, things go wrong.
Oh yeah.
And part of my job is to know how to handle something going wrong. So electricity, somebody doesn't have electricity. That inevitably happens at any event. It's finding the electrician, it's finding the fuse box, it's
Right.
getting him back up and running as quickly as possible. So we have people that just do that and are just for that. Garbage, of course, making sure that the toilets are clean
Yep.
and they've got toilet paper, and it's a
One of the
glamorous
biggest-
job.
We know one of the biggest complaints at a ton of. I mean, we do a ton of events.
Yeah.
The bathrooms aren't clean.
Oh, yeah. Well, and that's a kind of a point with me because I only hire, there's only a couple of companies I work with for restrooms. And I've been very lucky. I work in a lot of parks, so we're allowed to use their restroom facilities as well as portalettes. So there's always, because I will tell you, most women will not go in a portalette. They will hold it for 4
My
hours.
wife will not.
Yeah,
go on.
exactly.
Just saying.
So it's nice. It's nice to be able to have the facilities there, but the facilities then need to be cleaned. The ones that we can clean.
Right.
And I do have my people check all the portalettes as well, just to make sure nothing heinous has happened in there. And to make sure there's toilet paper. I always have the extra supply. I have I have an RV on site, and we have all our supplies in there. So if we need to, we can make sure that everything's taken care of. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to. Can you? Okay. We got about 2 minutes left.
2 minutes, great.
Give me 3 of your biggest ones you've done.
3 of the biggest ones I've done. Well,
Let's say last year. 3 of your biggest last year.
last year we did these Safety Harbor. It was art and seafood on the waterfront.
Oh yes.
I do a lot of corporate events, so I can't always talk about
okay.
those.
All right. I understand that.
But I did some very large corporate events. I can't mention their names.
I
but
know one you did do is FusionCon. Which
FusionCon,
we happen to know the same person.
yes, we love Mark
That's excellent.
Croftus.
Yep.
Shout out to Mark Croftus. We love him so much. For 5 years, my company handled the Safety Harbor Song Fest, which handled.
Remember that?
It was national acts. We had Steep Canyon Rangers. We had
Yep.
Robin Zander from Cheap Trick. We had, just a ton of people. And it was so much fun, such a great crowd. It was a ticketed event, so that has its own set of challenges.
Right.
But yeah, those are the types of events. Now, going back in my history, what I used to
Yep.
do, I worked for a very large event company when I was cutting my teeth in this business. We did Gasparilla.
Oh, wow.
We did all the Target store openings in the Southeast. We
Right.
did, I actually did my own balloon festival.
Oh,
That's where I met my husband, in a hot
There
air
you go.
balloon festival.
So I'm going to stop right there. What's the
Yeah,
number one
thanks.
reason people hire you?
People hire me because they can trust me. They can trust my people. They can trust my ability to problem solve and my detail, my attention to detail. That's it.
That is awesome. Okay, so what's your website?
That is Melrose, MELROSE, the number 4, the letter U.com.
And let's put up her phone number. What's that phone
Okay,
number?
813-918-2290.